To the Minister for Workplace Relations and Safety, what progress has she made towards repealing and replacing the Holidays Act 2003?
The Honourable Brooke Velden.
Mr Speaker, this week the government reached a huge milestone in addressing one of the most vexing issues faced by business and workers across the country. This week the Employment Leave Bill was introduced to Parliament. It will bring simplicity and logic to the way employment leave is calculated, which prevents many headaches for both employers and employees from getting payments wrong. The Holidays Act is complex, confusing, and it has led to huge remediation costs, and I'm pleased we are one step closer to getting rid of it.
Entry. How is the Employment Leave Bill different from the current Holidays Act?
Mr Speaker, the biggest change in the Employment Leave Bill is a switch from a weeks-based entitlement system to an hours-based accrual system for both annual leave and sick leave. There will be no more wrestling with the definition of weeks and days, adjusting balances when hours of work change, or trying to define what constitutes a working week for staff with variable schedules. It also means no more waiting for 6 months to access sick leave or 12 months to access annual leave. For most people, leave entitlements will stay the same, but what will change is how it is calculated.
Supplementary. How long have previous workplace relation and safety ministers worked on fixing the Holidays Act legislation?
Mr Speaker, when I came into this job as Workplace Relations and Safety Minister, I was well aware of the history of Holidays Act reform, and it has been plagued by multiple delays and a growing sense of frustration from the public that the government can't just get the job done. The previous government set up the Holidays Act task force in 2018, but by the 2023 election, draft legislation still wasn't complete and ready for introduction. I am proud of the significant progress made already to have legislation ready and available for public feedback, a milestone that successive ministers tried and failed to reach.
True. What feedback did she receive when she consulted on draft legislation, largely based on the previous government's decisions?
Mr Speaker, this government agreed to test whether the previous government's work was hitting the mark by going out for targeted consultation on the work that they had done to date, rather than having to start from scratch. Many submitters indicated that the general framework of that bill was not a significant improvement on the current Act, and that a fundamental change would better address long-standing issues. 70% of technical experts and 67% of employers expressed a preference for more significant change to the annual leave provisions. The Law Society in particular described that draft bill as unnecessarily complex and difficult to follow, with some provisions more complicated than what we have now. A large retail franchise owner told us that if a business of their size had challenges interpreting the proposed changes, then small to medium employers would have found it particularly challenging to navigate those changes.
Supplementary. What reports has she seen on the Employment Leave Bill?
Mr Speaker, since the bill has been introduced, I've seen that the Employers and Manufacturers Association has said it's good to see the reforms maintaining momentum, as this overhaul has been needed for a very long time. Business Canterbury has said that businesses will be very pleased to see this bill enter Parliament, and congratulations must go to the government and Minister Van Velden for taking a piece of legislation that has been stuck in review for years and delivering changes that will make it clearer and more workable for both employers and employees. And Simpson Grierson has said that it has been advocating for an overhaul of the Holidays Act for more than a decade, with a key focus on the need to move from a days and weeks-based model to an hours-based framework, which this bill does.